So new gear, new camera stuff, trying this out. I'm not too keen on the X3. I just can't get to grips with it. I really don't like it as a camera. And it's put me off buying the X4 because of that. So today, going out testing this camera, going for a Hoon, and just see how we get on for the day. It's Sunday, I just want to go out for a ride. I'm out on the Engwe Engine X 1.0, the original one. And we're going to see how we get on with it today. But yeah, let's go for a Hoon. All right, let's get somewhere a bit familiar. You know where we are. This is the hill we normally start off. We're just going for a Hoon. I rarely get to go out for a Hoon because I'm either testing a product or I'm testing a bit of kit. And I don't get to ride my bikes. So this is this. All I'm doing today is just throwing some stuff together and seeing what comes out at the end of it. Like I said, I'm out on the Engwe Engine Pro, the original one. So you might get a little bit of fender noise, but as soon as those washers come, those rubber washers, they'll go on and it'll be fine. And I'm wondering how this does for wind noise, because the camera's pointing at me. So I'm riding into wind, so that'll be an interesting thing. Let's get up into town. So I'm moving around there. Have a Hoon. So everything's set to sport. Past 5. Before you all start harping on, I know British summer's getting me down. It's been like this, and it's forecast to be like this for the next 2 weeks. And I've got to get out and do another review in that time, which would be nice. It's just nice to get out on a Sunday. I know I keep harping on about the mental health, the benefits of e-bikes, but really, what are you going to be doing? Just sat home, watching telly, watching what you recorded the night before, not getting any, I mean, don't get me wrong, I'm getting a bit of exercise, but it's nothing to write home about. But at least I'm out the house. You know, at least I'm out the house. I'm just going through some of the old town of Wakefield at the moment. Kind of smart down here. And then we're heading into town. Yeah, that mud guard vibration, as soon as I put the rubber washers on it, and they cost me $2.99 from Amazon. They'll be here tomorrow. That'll go away. It's just one of those little things. I've got rid of the battery knock. I've taped up the battery, and that's resolved. So that's done now. So I don't know if you saw my post yesterday with my bag, with the indicators built in. Well, I've ordered the lights. I don't really get on with the manufacturer, but I've ordered the lights that go on the front and the back that also go to the remote. So front and back, I'll have indicators that all run off and on the bag, I'll have indicators that run off of that indicator button. It's all inbuilt. And it's the same with the helmet. If you buy the helmet, I do not recommend the helmet. It's all right, but it's like everything else. I've had to buy a charging system to charge all the bits for my bikes. And it's just like I'm constantly putting stuff on charge. And ultimately, you'd rather it was wired to the bike. But it's not. But it is what it is. And at the end of the day, at some point, somebody will come up with a really decent idea that's Bluetooth and wired in. The only thing you have to do is charge the module, which you won't have to do very often. Other stuff that's coming up on the channel in the next few weeks is I'm going to do a tale of the tape. So there's going to be like 3 reviews of the Engwe Engine 1.0 and the Engwe Engine 2.0. And I'm also going to be throwing another bike into the mix. And I'm also going to go out with 2 other riders that are going to be riding the bikes, and we can actually talk about the bikes as we're going around, what the preferences are. So I think that's going to be an interesting point of view of what these bikes are by two totally different people, two totally different ways. So we're going to try both bikes and give their points of view as they go around. So that's going to be original. And then the other two are going to be just the tail of the tape. So what these bikes do while I'm riding around, the other bike, well, what the one bike does, that the other bike does. And I think that in itself is going to be quite eye-opening because they both have their benefits. They're pretty good at what they do. I suppose you've also seen that I bought a new helmet for doing the video reviews on. I haven't had time to set it up yet, but when I'm doing bike reviews in the future to cut down on the wind noise, I'm going to be using that. But today I've got this face camera pointed towards me, so I'm thinking the mics are all in that, so I'm just going into the wind, so hopefully the sound will be quite good. You can also get a wind muff thing, I believe. I think we've had 4 days of summer so far, and that's it. 4 days of summer. Nice. Other things coming up on the channel, I'm eventually going to get around to doing this e-bike security video. I bought all the kit. I just don't seem to have the time or the weather at the same time to get on with it, but I assure you it's coming. That'll be definitely coming in the next 2 weeks. I've got a nice day a week Thursday, so I'll be doing it then. And then my next review will be, my next review bike-wise will be the Engwe E26 step-through. Got a yellow one tomorrow. And I absolutely love the colour of that bike. And as you all know, I absolutely love a step-through. So that should be an interesting review because I haven't ridden a 26er for a long time. Last time I rode my 26er, which was Rad Rover, was about 2.5 years ago. So I forget what the feel of a 26-inch e-bike feels like. I've just been riding 20 before since. So look out for that. I'm getting close to 1,000 subscribers, which seems to have taken forever. Well, I'm told by everybody that does this that in 7 or 8 months, that's really good going. Even YouTube says it takes about a year, whatever the subject, to get to 1,000. And I've started off with no friends, no family on this channel. It's just been people that have followed me from different forums. So yeah, coming up to 1,000. So any subscribers out there, subscribe. And if you haven't subscribed already, subscribe. I appreciate it. Getting me to 1,000 subscribers makes a little difference to my channel. Doesn't monetize, well, it does monetize it, but trust me, I'm not getting them views that's ever going to make me anything more than a few quid a week. And when most of you know what I've spent on setting this up and getting this going, I'm never going to be in profit that way. But then that's not what this channel's about, is it? This channel's always been about getting people on e-bike. We're never. It's a race. Wish I was on mine. I'm 52 now. But yeah, it's nice to see other e-bikers out there and about. He also looked like he weighed about the same weight as one of my legs when he passed me, so yeah. Said nice to see other e-bikers out there. Tell you what I saw yesterday. I saw coming down by the side of the park near me, one of those Engwe ones that looked like a chair leg. It was white in orange. And in front of him was another guy on another e-bike with a trailer. So, yeah, dragging some rubbish behind him, which is exactly what I use my trailer for, to go to the tip. But the two of them were just pottering along. They weren't speeding. They were on the cycle lane on the path. And it was just nice to see. I see a lot of Engways around here now. I see quite a few people on Engways that I've spoken to in the past who've come up to me and asked me about the bikes. And like I said, this channel's always been about getting bums on seats on e-bikes. And the reason for that is it is a green option. I mean, don't get me wrong, I'm not joining Greenpeace and I'm not voting the Green Party. But when you do the math, the electric cars don't add up. They're never going to add up. And with everybody in the government or various governments falling over themselves to prove how green they are, come on, guys, we know that when I'm riding round on a 200th of a Tesla battery and getting 30 odd miles of range, and to do the same in that takes all that weight, all that car, all that energy, all those precious components. It just simply doesn't add up. I read the other day that the biggest users of e-bikes on the planet, oddly, or not surprisingly, are the Chinese. But countries are catching up to the e-bike thing. Like I said, the biggest problem is governments are falling over themselves to try and monetize these e-bikes. They're trying to pull us off getting them. And it's obvious when you see stuff in the news, in the media, in the press, they're just trying to pull us off having e-bikes. Robberies done on e-bikes. They're not, they're done on e-motos. Robberies done on, on obvious, robberies done on what's obviously e-motos, but are being referred to as e-bikes by the press. E-bike battery fires. Well, let's be honest, modern batteries, the ones that are coming out now, UL, waterproof and everything else, that's going to get rid of that argument. And then on top of all this, and I mean all this, the government's still letting us have a full throttle all the way up to 15.5 mile an hour. And to some of the arguments you hear about people coming up with about the throttle, oh, we should have a throttle, it's like a motorbike. How does it matter how you get up to 15.5 mile an hour? How does it matter? You're still getting up to 15.5 mile an hour. And if the throttle's available for you to get up to 15.5 mile an hour and you're disabled, this is a barrier of entry that's been negated. It's gone. You can get one now. You can use the throttle. It's absolutely ridiculous. Anyway, as you can see, the weather's going to turn. Have a great Sunday, everyone.